What's going on, guys? So today I got a new flashlight just to go over real quick. This is the Thrunite T2. This one sells for $79.99, I believe, so let's just say 80 bucks on Amazon. Also on the website, something I've noticed, I used to not really double check because Amazon always seemed cheaper. Like back in the day, if you wanted a Thrunite flashlight, Amazon would be like 40 bucks, the website would be 50, right? Amazon would be 70 and the website would be 80. It was always a little bit more on the website, but they would also offer you those discount codes. So I guess sometimes it offset the price. Whatever it is now, it seems like their prices are the same on both spots. But it's always good to check because you never know. If you get a discount code and use it on the main website to save money and it's cheaper than Amazon, then so be it. But of course, if you're a Prime member, you get free shipping and all that. So, 6 to 1, half dozen the other. Just, obviously you want to get things the cheapest way possible. But anyway, stay tuned to the end of the video because this is not my flashlight. This is for my dad. And there's a reason why I got it. There was an experience we had not too long ago, and I wanted to get him another flashlight that was small, but had, basically more flood. So yeah, at the end of the video, I'll explain that a little bit better. But I just want to go over the light real quick. It is one of their newer models. This is pumping out over 3,700 lumens. It is extremely bright on the turbo mode. I think it's 3757, if I'm not mistaken, the total output. This is running on a Cree XHP 70 LED. So if I get a zoom in on that head, you see a big old fat LED. All right, now you can also see this. We have a shallow reflector, heavily stippled. So again, this is good. Even though this has naturally a hot spot because it's so bright, it does have more flood, all right, which is very nice. All right, also while we're kind of close here, you can see on the back we have the charging port. It does come, of course, with the charging cable, the USB. These little rubber caps, they're kind of a pain sometimes if you're new to the flashlight scene with these rechargeables. Getting those off and then back in could be kind of a pain, but you just have to work on it. I've talked to a couple people who've had problems with it where it's not really staying right. Well, you have to kind of like, rub on the outside rim so it goes into the track where it's supposed to be. Besides that, we have the reversible pocket clip. So you have the obviously regular pocket clip, so you can stick it in your pocket, or you can clip it to something, using the other direction. This is a little bit on the heavy side for, like, let's say a hat light, but you can do it as long as your hat's securely on your head. I know that's a nice option for some of the smaller lights with these reversible clips, so you can actually clip it onto the brim of your hat so it works like a headlamp. A feature I really like is the power indicator. Okay, so there's a separate little LED inside the button. We've seen this on multiple different flashlights now. It's pretty much a go-to for modern flashlights that are a little bit more expensive. But yeah, obviously you can see this is blue, which is good. Once it turns red, it means it needs to be charged. The battery for this particular model is a 21700 lithium battery. All right, it is removable. This is something that's worth noting. On some flashlights that have internal batteries that are not removable, keep in mind eventually it's not going to charge. A battery can only charge so many times and deplete, right? So it's kind of a bonus when you have a removable battery, because if I use this thing for 4 or 5 years and the battery finally dies, I can buy a new battery and still put it in. That's a really big thing, all right? Especially for some different flashlights that don't have that. When they're internal batteries, it's kind of convenient. You can just charge it, but it's a bonus. It's something that's definitely worth mentioning. Now the UI on this, or user interface, is pretty much the same as a lot of different Thrunite models. If you do a long hold, all right, we get the Firefly mode. This is good for up to like 60 days. It's crazy. I've done the testing before in the past. It really does stay on forever. At any point in time, when you just click it once, it goes on. If you push and hold while it's on, it'll go in between the low, medium, high mode. At any point in time, you could double click for that turbo mode, which most people are going to do. I find talking to people who use flashlights all the time, generally speaking, they're not using the lower modes. I mean, yeah, if you're indoors or in a car or something and you really need that low light, it makes sense. It's nice to have those options, but more times than not, people are just putting their flashlight on as bright as it can get, right? So just double click. At any point, it's a triple click for the strobe, all right, which is very advantageous. I've talked about this many times in many flashlight videos. I love strobe mode for defense. Not necessarily people, although that's an option. If you're quick and smart enough to remember to take your flashlight out and use strobe at night, yeah, that can definitely help you in getting away from a bad situation with a person. But for me, living out in the woods, it's about animals. If I run into a bear, a rabid fox, I mean, who knows what, a neighbor's dog that got loose that might be aggressive. If you use that strobe mode, it could really help you in that situation. Confuse the animal, you can get away and avoid having to hurt the thing, or it hurt you, which is more important. So yeah, there's the strobe mode. What is nice too is a lockout feature. All right, this is great if you're using this for hiking, backpacking. If you happen to have like little kids that like to play with your stuff, you want to lock it out so you don't accidentally turn this on and it, you know, kill or drain the battery. So you want to do is do that long hold for your moonlight mode, okay, and then do a long hold again. It'll shut off. Now it's locked out. So it doesn't matter how you push that button, it's not going to accidentally turn on. To unlock it, same thing, long hold until light comes on, and then you're back in business. So yeah, pretty cool, pretty straightforward. It's just a new model that has a 21700 battery pumping out over 3700 lumens. It is very compact for how much light it's pushing out. The $80 price mark, it's not bad. I mean, yeah, you're getting a lot of light, so it's not going to be super cheap. As far as like an EDC light, it is actually a lot smaller. It's smaller than the Olight M2X Warrior, the M2X Pro Warrior, I should say, which I really been enjoying lately, like a lot. So there's that to consider. You know, it is a little bit on the cheaper side as well. But again, like I said, this light is not for me. This one is for my father. The reason being is my father has a couple of the older, much larger Olights as well as Thrunites. All right, the most recent one that he's been using is the TN42, which is a beast. I mean, look it up, but it's a huge light. I think I did a video on it a while back. And the TN42 is like all throw. That's it. Where he lives, there's a lot of property. He has to look out, you know, over the water, look up into the field if there's a noise or whatever. So he likes those types of lights. But even though he has a smaller light, he has a stream light, a rechargeable light that's in the garage. The garage is kind of far for him to just go grab it for a quick chore. So like recently we were doing a project. He repainted the door that's downstairs, and he was trying to take the hardware off the back of the doorknob, and it was inside the room and it was dark, and the flashlight happened to be right there. So he grabbed the TN42. You have to picture this. He has this massive flashlight on low, trying to hold it so that he could see the doorknob, the hardware inside the door, you know, to get it back together. It was a mess. I'm looking at him laughing. I'm like, why are you using that big light? I don't really have a small light. Well, now he's gonna have a small light with a lot of light capability, ton of different options. You know, it's just like knives. You know, you wouldn't necessarily use a giant fixed blade to open your mail. You know, it's about having the right tool for the job. So even though he has that nice stream light that's in the garage, it's not always convenient. So I wanted to give him a more compact light that's very capable for inside the house. All right, so obviously he has his monster throwers, which is great when he goes out on the deck or wants to just look way out into the woods or something, or the field. But obviously when he's doing little projects inside the house, it's not convenient to go all the way back out to the garage and back and forth. All right, so that's a dedicated garage light. This is gonna be his dedicated inside the house light. This is kind of a do-it-all light. All right, even if you have to reach out, you know, 50 feet, 100 feet, no problem, because it's pumping out so much light. All right, but it is more of that spill and that wall of light as opposed to, you know, concentrated beam. The TN42 is amazing. It really is amazing, and it's cool because it does have the lower light modes. He was able to use it, but it's definitely not the tool for the job at all. So this one's going to be going to him. So anyway, just want to go over some of the features there for the people in the flashlight scene. If you're looking for something new, just something to consider, the TN2. Again, based on its price, its output, its features, you know, it's going to be great for some people. It's not going to be a good option for other people. Just depends on who you are. I didn't show it, but it does have a accessories pack. So there that is. The lamp never used, but I hang on to them just in case. You never know. And then this one does actually come with a sheath, which is nice. All right, which my father may or may not use. I don't know. This will probably sit in a drawer that's close by. But it's just nice to have that option to carry. All right, the back does not open up. It's just this this loop if you want to put through your pants. Or what I've done in the past is put a little carabiner on the D-clip. All right, so you can just have this kind of hanging from the pants. It's kind of convenient if you don't want to have a clip to the pocket, but again, having that two-way pocket clip gives you a lot of options for mounting on things as well. Let me know if you have this light. If you do, what do you think of it? Post your comments down below in the comment section. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching. And actually, before I go, I'm gonna go ahead and show you this real quick because I need to talk about run times and all that stuff. It is on here, so this way you can pause your screen if you want to see the different modes. Once I find the English section, which is right there. So pause the screen right there, And there's your outputs and run times for all those different modes. So anyway, that's all. Hopefully you guys enjoy your day, and I'll see you tomorrow with a brand new video. Take care.